That's right.
And speaking of belts, the belt does not belong to the Guardians. The Braves put an ass whooping on them yesterday. With the UCSS squad in attendance, I think I'm officially bad luck. They are 0-4 in games I've been to this year, and they have scored a combined 3 runs in the 4 games I've been to. So I'm going to stop going to games. Bull, Jason G, any last-second thoughts on the Braves series before we pivot and look ahead to Kansas City?
The Braves are the best team in baseball. They haven't lost a series in like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
They've won, I want to say, like 24 of their last 28 games. I can't be surprised they won 2 out of 3.
I said Monday, win 1. Just don't get swept.
How about this
On the
stat?
show Monday, I said just get 1.
How about this stat that I tweeted 2 days ago, but it's still up to date? The Braves have more home runs since the first week of June than the Guardians do since September, late September last year.
That's bonkers.
Just in this month?
They
Just in June?
In their last 29 games, the Braves have hit, I want to say, 70 home runs, 69, 70 home runs.
They had 67 going into yesterday's game. They hit 2 yesterday. How many home runs did they hit yesterday?
I think it was 2.
Riley hit 1, and Murphy hit 2. Yeah,
So
they had 2.
they have 69 home runs in, I believe, their last 29 games. The Guardians have 66 home runs in their last 102 games, I think, or 103, going back to September of last year and including the playoffs.
Not good.
Hey, listen, I was telling McNuggets yesterday, they're playing. I don't believe any major league team can win with the playing style they have.
That being said, though, overall, since the start of June, the Guardians do have one of the better records in the American League.
You know what I looked up last night? Actually, Zach and I did a co-op story, and one of the questions that we kicked around was if the Guardians win the division, it's because, and if they don't win, it's because. I think their OPS is 688.
That's horrendous.
No division since 1980. Since 1980, one team has won its division with a lower OPS, and it just happened to be the '88 Dodgers, who ended up winning the World Series. But in 43 years,
Yeah, but what was their pitching that year?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't look at that, but Oral Hershiser and all.
Right.
But in 43 years, one team has won its division with a lower OPS than what the Guardians
the
have.
answer to the Guardians will win the division because it just sucks. That's why.
Well, yeah, I said
they wouldn't
the
win any
pitching
other
holds.
division.
If the pitching holds.
But is the pitching that good right now?
No, but it's carrying them. It's carrying them.
But who is? Bieber's at best been mediocre.
Yes, he has.
Quantrill's been ass.
Yeah.
You know, Bybee's been really good.
Gavin Williams is the real deal.
But he's only made 2 starts or 3,
But
whatever
he's
it is.
going.
I think he's going to be a real deal too. But that doesn't mean he's going to be great all the time as a rookie.
Right.
And then Savali's been, okay. I mean, so Clase, as good as he's been, has blown what now? 8
7.
saves?
I think 7.
7 saves.
He's blown 3 in a row too.
I mean,
he's also tied for the league, at least as of the other day, tied for the league in appearances.
I think he leads it now for the record.
Back in the
and by
day,
the way, why is
Tito-
Oscar Gonzalez not in the majors?
I don't know if we'll ever see him again in Cleveland. I don't think they believe in him.
But they believe in Miles Straw.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's the greatest rebuttal I've ever heard. Bull, that was crazy.
But I mean, Straw's got the contract, and he's better defensively.
So what? He can't hit.
I agree.
That is crazy. If that's
the
true,
Miles Straw defensive angle is the most overrated thing I've ever heard.
Plus, I think Oscar's kind of like he was red hot, and I think he's cooled. I was looking it up the other day.
He just had a great
he had another great game.
I thought over the last week or two he kind of cooled off, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't understand. Why would you give up on a guy who played great for them last year? Why? Because he's got a wild swing? Maybe they need a couple of guys with wild swings.
He has no plate discipline whatsoever.
There's a lot of guys who don't have great plate discipline that are great in the majors for a number of years. And then eventually they go over the cliff. Javi Baez was an excellent player for 5-6 years.
Yeah.
He has no plate discipline.
Hey, I mean,
real quick, I got Oscar's stats over the last 9 games.
Yeah.
18 for 34.
Okay.
11 runs, 3 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs, a stolen base. He's batting 5.
So
I hope he gets another chance.
941
I
slugging
get it.
percentage.
I get he's got a flawed game. Miles Straw can't hit.
I hope.
Period.
I hope Oscar gets another chance. I hope he does. I don't know.
This is the thing. Hold on. Now, for all of the stuff Tito does do well, let's keep it real. sometimes Tito get these irrational things where he loves a guy and he's just gonna play him even if he sucks.
Yeah.
He does it all the time. Like,
I mean, they don't have a ton of options right now, like in the majors. But why Straw plays every day and very few other guys do?
I don't want to say politics. I don't want to say, like, and when I say politics, I'm talking about, man, he just be liking dudes. Like, why would you not have this dude up here?
And by the way, the Miles Straw contract's a complete disaster.
It is.
Complete disaster. I said it from the beginning. Everybody argued with me, and I was 100% right. And number 2, he sucks.
Look, man, I just don't think in plate discipline, they be disciplined as hell and still don't be getting no runs.
No.
I don't think the way they play is really that can't translate to winning baseball. Like, we talk about with shooting and spacing and NBA, we talk about trying to, build quarterbacks with medium guys and journeymen and just run the ball. We all know that don't work. We got to come to the conclusion that just sitting here waiting on great pitching outings and being in the AL Central, and that's not a winning formula if you if you ain't got no sticks. And it seems like they hate sticks. Like,
and
even
now Naylor's hurt. He's their second best hitter.
I almost said first. Naylor been hot this year.
He's been great.
Borderline all-star.
Kudos to Ahmed Rosario, who has really put it together in the last few weeks.
Yes, he has.
And played great this weekend. He won them that one game against Atlanta.
He's still not the long-term answer at short, and I don't want to hear that.
No, I
he
know
is.
that, but I'm giving him his credit.
Yeah, no, I know.
Obviously,
and that's
they
fair.
need to let him go.
I
would trade him if I could get anything for him right now.
He hot.
You're not going to get anything for him. You're not going to get anything for him.
Well, I can get more from him than I can't. At least from him, I can get a lottery pick. For Miles Straw, I have to give up something to get rid of Miles Straw.
To get rid of the money, for sure.
See him need Christmas.
But I'm just saying, if Ahmed Rosario's hot play could get me even a 1, a nothing return, a little return.
If he's like picking it up now and Rosario is sort of finding his rhythm again, I'm fine just letting him play it out. Just play out the year and leave as a free agent.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you could get something for him, again, I agree with you. They're not getting much.
So what you telling me is they missed on Zanino, right?
Yes.
The Bell contract is trash.
Yeah,
the Bell contract.
I liked it at the time.
The Bell contract is horrifying.
And
It's got the option
Miles
year.
Straw contract. So you can't have 3 bad contracts if you're a mid-market team. You can't. Those are your free guys.
Well, the Zanino at least is only this year.
Right.
The Bell is going to go into next year because there's no chance he's opting out of that. The Straw contract, he's got guaranteed money for 3 more years. Yeah. He's guaranteed another $20 million after this year, over 3 years. That's awful. Awful. Yeah. He is a useless player. Anybody that thinks he's a starter is ridiculous.
Okay, wait.
He's a bench player.
He won a Gold Glove. He's not useless.
Jason,
he won a Gold Glove. He's not useless.
All right. Useless is too strong.
Yes.
He's a bench player. Fair.
Fair.
Okay. There's a lot of guys that are good center fielders.
I mean, he played shortstop with the Astros very briefly. He could be a terrific super utility guy who could play all over the field.
Let him do that.
That would be his role.
The guy's got 13
but not at
RBIs.
$7 million a year.
He brings nothing, 0 to the table
Agreed.
from an offensive standpoint.
I agree.
0.
As a matter of fact, his only picture they can find is of him bunting. He turning. I don't even know he laid it down.
I mean, imagine having 13 RBIs. How many plate appearances does Miles Straw have?
Hundreds.
You don't want the answer to that question.
100. He plays every day.
13 RBIs.
You don't want the answer to that question.
Hundreds of appearances.
I mean, it's crazy. He must have 250 plate appearances.
Miles.
What'll happen?
Not at bats, plate appearances. Do you have it?
283.
283 times to the plate, and he's knocked in 13 runs. 13.
He has 85 total bases, though.
That's awful.
I know.
Hey, bro.
He's the worst.
Wait.
There is not a worse hitter in baseball that plays as much as he does. Nobody.
Can I share something that I heard at the game last night that was really mean, but it made me laugh?
Yeah.
So Josh Bell had 3 chances with 2 guys on in the first 3 innings.
He stinks.
And the guy sitting in front of us was like, this dude's not even hitting his own weight. And that's mean. His batting average wasn't – it was funny. It was mean. I laughed.
I mean, he about 240.
Didn't land here.
He about 240.
Whoops.
Yeah. But we've heard that, like, we've always heard when somebody says you can't hit your weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, we've heard that before. I thought McNuggets thought that was a haymaker.
I don't know. I didn't think that was that funny. I was still waiting for the joke.
Hey, sometimes the debate
Never
is
heard
funnier
anybody
than
say that before?
I was like,
I never heard anyone say that
That's
before.
a common baseball expression.
Yeah.
Well, like most dudes.
very
don't-
common.
I
do
just
it.
never heard it. I laughed. It was funny yesterday. It didn't land
Jeez,
here.
Mike.
Swing and miss. Hey, I did stand-up comedy. I'm allowed to have a
You did kill it. You
Yeah.
killed it.
Oh,
I
my
give you that.
gosh.
I give you that.
All right, so let's talk about Kansas City real quick, though.
Oh,
They have a
do we have
4-game
to?
set coming up with the Royals. Just quickly before we move
Can't
on to
prove
McKenzie.
anything. It's
So there's nothing that can happen
well,
in this
they're
4-game
what
set.
are they? 2 games under 500.
They are 2 games under 500. They are 42 and 44.
All right, so if you sweep the series, you'll finally be over 500. to
So
start.
what? I agree with you. Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing that can happen in this 4-game set that absolves them of the entire
No.
first half of the
No.
season. It's been
No.
a disappointment.
They
Maybe.
should sweep the series. The Royals are an all-time bad team.
Yeah.
Maybe if the only thing I'm looking for is see if the Royals wear them cool powder blues with the blue brims. They got cool
The
hats.
Royals are catching the A's. And who thought that was possible?
I'm so mad at the A's right now.
They both have about the same record, right? What
Yeah.
are their records, Kansas City?
They're
and Oakland?
close.
They're close. Let me pull up the standings real quick. As of today, the Oakland Athletics are 25 and 63, and the Royals are 25 and 62.
Wow.
So both
Wow.
of those teams are on pace to lose over 110 games.
Wow.
Remember, the record is 120. Most losses in a season, modern era.
The A's are going the other way, though. The A's are figuring it out and playing
No.
better. They're playing. Mikey, are they playing better? Nobody knows the A's better than Mike.
Yeah, they're 5 and 5 in their last 10 straight up, just straight up wins,
Yeah.
and they are like, I believe, 17 and 4 covering the spread the last 21. I am literally 1 game over 500. In this
They're still
bet now.
40 games under 500.
Yes, but I'm just
They're
saying.
still on pace to,
But they're not as abysmal as they were in April and May. They
No.
looked like they were going to lose 130 games.
But before this recent streak where they won a few games, they had lost like 8 or 9 in a row again.
All by 1 run though.
Who cares?
I
mean,
do.
you care for betting.
Betting purposes.
They're
I
both
do.
hideous teams, 2 of the worst teams
Yeah.
I've ever seen
Yeah.
in baseball. We were talking. I was at the. I went to watch one of the other Little League games yesterday. I'm talking with some of the other dads, and we were talking about who the Guardians could trade for. I'm like, the Royals and A's have really nobody. Neither team.
Yeah,
really
not
has
really.
anybody.
No, the Royals have a couple dudes who could play.
Who?
Bobby Wood Jr.
But no,
You're not trading
who
him?
Who they would trade.
Oh,
Who they would
I
trade.
thought you meant in general to trade. I thought you
Yeah,
said they had no assets. Got you. Sorry.
No, they're not. A guy.
Sorry.
I mean, a guy they could trade for that the team would trade. Royals
miss-
aren't obviously
miss-
not trading
missing-
Bobby
I mean,
Wood Jr.
Salvi,
misconstrue
but
what you were
the
saying,
Royals aren't going to trade him. I think he's got no trade, actually. I think Salvi Perez has a no trade
Yeah, I mean,
clause.
how old is Salvador Perez at this point?
31,
30
32,
33,
33.
I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Trade.
I would take him on the Guardians in a second.
I certainly would, but I don't know getting involved in a long-term deal with a 33-year-old catcher
No,
is a good idea.
He's 33.
I think he's definitely got a no trade, and I think he's got a year left on his deal, 1 or 2 left on his deal.
Yeah, well, if he's only got a year left, then I'm.
Do you know
It's
what
not
sucked
much.
yesterday, by the way?
What's that?
We're at the game, and Sean Murphy just absolutely demolished
should've
a
traded for that
fastball
guy.
into
They
the left
really blew
field.
that.
And I looked at Anthony and Earl and Steve and was just like,
He's one of the best in the game.
God darn.
But
He
they
looked
tried. Like
No,
again,
I know.
If
I don't
they
want to hear about trying. Get it done.
okay, and if they say Espino and Williams are no deal,
Espino and Williams.
yes. I don't know what the
Well,
ask
first of all,
was.
we don't know that they. What did?
But
what did?
but those were the names that they
I
wanted.
don't buy that. I
What-
think it's bullshit.
Oh, they-
because Oakland.
All right.
What did Oakland get for him?
whether or
They
not
didn't get a prospect as good as Gavin Williams.
those were those two were
Yeah.
what they want. Now, did they want both of them? I don't know. But those were the 2 names that were discussed that they wanted, plus whatever else.
I mean, Espino's been injury prone.
Right,
so,
but you didn't know that at the time.
I would have traded one of the 2 at the time.
And what if you trade Williams? What if you trade Williams back then? You have Murphy now, but now
Right.
you've got Espino with a busted shoulder. You've got Murphy.
I don't say I don't
And no
believe
pitching.
I don't believe they got a prospect as good as Williams. So I don't
So
even.
here's the deal. I got it right now.
Yeah.
And it's a 3-team deal, which I forgot because William Contreras went from the Braves to the Brewers in the same deal.
Right.
The A's got Esteury Ruiz,
Who's a nice player.
who was the Brewers' 8th-ranked prospect. They got Kyle Muller from the Braves, who was their top-ranked prospect in the whole organization. Freddie Tarnock, who was their 6th-ranked prospect, and Rober Salinas, who was their 18th-ranked prospect.
Yeah, I don't think Kyle Mueller's as good as Gavin Williams, and so
I think if the Braves would have, I'm sorry, if the A's would have made the deal without including the Guardians' top pitching prospects, I think Murphy would be in Cleveland today.
Man, well, he's not. We don't know in the end what it took.
I'm just saying
It
it
would
would have. He would have looked very good in
Oh,
a
for
Guardians
sure.
uniform.
100%.
It would have been a huge.
And it hurts to
difference.
see him go 3 for 4 yesterday with a home run, double, and a single.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Another Guardians thing we got to talk about.
Yeah.
Tristan McKenzie is opting to go the rehab route instead of getting Tommy John surgery. This was reported. You take tag word full here. Zach Mize will put it out the other day. He's going to be shut down for a few more weeks, then begin a throwing program. The hope is he can return at some point this season. 2 parts. 1, do you think we'll see McKenzie again this year? And 2, what's your feeling on a player taking the rehab route opposed to going to surgery?
I mean, I don't have the stats in front of me of when that's worked. I do know that what was the pitcher?
Tanaka pitched with the
Tanaka.
Yeah.
He pitched with it and he was good.
He was all right, yeah.
But most pitchers that opt for the non-surgical end up having the surgery.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
We still don't know that this isn't, but I'm fine going this route because he's out all of next year anyway.
Okay, somebody else said that to me, and here's my problem with that. If he has the surgery now, then he's good to go for 25.
Yeah.
If he waits to the end of the year, this is going to affect his 25 season as well.
I don't know. I mean, what are we talking? 15 months? If he has it in September. If he has it in September.
Well, you're saying September. Okay, September.
But I think we'll have clarity. He's not going to wait until.
Sometimes it takes 18 months to come back from an injury like this.
I ain't never had no Tommy John surgery, but I will tell you what an orthopedic surgeon said. He said, I tore both of my ACLs. So he says, you can actually play without ACL. Like after you tear your ACL, there'll be a lot of blood in your knee and fluid. They'll drain it out. And you actually, if you can actually get all the inflammation out, you can play without ACL. John Elway played without ACLs in his knee. However, the problem with that is it causes too much structural damage on the other ligaments, not like your PCL, your LCL, your MCL. All those other different, ligaments take that strain because there's no stability. Now, if this guy is a young pitcher and you looking out for your career, he ain't even got paid yet once, right?
That's correct.
If you looking out, why would you put yourself in a position where I wouldn't even think about it? First of all, I'm pitching for the Guardians. They ain't paying you. You already know that. So why would you put yourself in position to further injure yourself, set your rehab back all the way back to 225 just for a little couple of games that 2 games under 500?
Well,
no.
But you don't. I don't think you want to run to the operating room. You want to exhaust all other options
Sure.
first. And I think that's all he's doing.
And we don't
here.
know what he's being told, to be fair. I mean, we don't know.
I'm not his surgeon. I'm not his doctor. I don't know what's going on with his medical situation. All I would say is I don't know very many people who opt for rehab that is just trying to strengthen the area around it. The bottom line is he has something wrong that's causing him issues, right? He tried to do the rehab thing one time this season. Didn't work out for him. I don't know if he wants to go under the knife. You never want to go under the knife because you're never the same when you come out. But I would err very cautiously on not doing it.
And here's the thing, Jason. If you say, well, maybe they'll decide in September or whatever, like, is he going to pitch?
Well, I think
if he doesn't pitch, what's going to change your opinion?
I think as they shut down and then try and ramp back up, I think we're going to know sooner than later if he's going to need it. But I have no problem delaying this because next year's a wash anyway.
I mean, if they're still going to have,
now if they wait till December or January,
right, then you're creeping into the following year.
It's probably not going to take that long.
Yeah, I mean, in my mind, you got it sucks, but you got to think there's a good chance he's not pitching until 2025.
What is this? 3, 4? Yeah, because I think they're going to shut down for this however many weeks.
Right.
Try and get him back out, and if it's not right, then you have it, and you're still back for 25.
And Jason, I think every single player is very apprehensive about doing that because of just what you said. That's a psychological blow. Like, I'm going to go in, get surgery, and come out, and I'm not going to be back on the mound at 25?
Yeah.
You want to exhaust all avenues to see at least if you can get on the field a little bit, or at least not to have surgery.
But it's a problem for him. Now, I mean, pitchers have Tommy John all the time. It's not that big of a deal anymore. To your point for his career, maximizing his value, is it better to go into free agency eventually with a torn ligament in your elbow or is it better to just bite the bullet now and have Tommy John? It's going to really depend on
I would
how he
think the
pitches.
latter, but
Would be more detrimental or more beneficial?
no, I would think having the Tommy John surgery is more beneficial
I
in
would
the long term.
tend to agree with you
Yeah.
in the long term.
Teams are going to be worried about that.
Yeah.
And you sign a big deal, you go in there, there's supposed to be a 1, 2, 3 physical, and all of a sudden, I don't know.
This could be crushing for the Guardians because they rely on taking advantage of these good pitchers
Absolutely.
when they're pre-arbitration.
Yeah.
That's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, but just because he's hurt, he still gets his service time.
And I made the point, I don't know if you're on the show, I don't know if they'll ever sign another pitcher to a long-term deal. I might write about this here in the next couple of weeks.
Not unless they got a huge, where it seemed like a huge bargain.
Because, I don't know what this is so common to lose these guys to surgery.
Yeah.
I don't know what the benefit is for them. I think they'll just take their 6 years or their 5 years or whatever, maximize those years, trade them for the next batch, and then rinse and repeat, and do it again. Now, they did sign Kluber to a deal, and it worked out okay for them.
Yeah.
They got off the big money just in time. They
Right.
traded him just in time and got off
Yep.
that. Westbrook going back a few years.
Yeah.
Westbrook deal didn't work out for them. I don't know if they'll ever. They
They traded Clevenger. He's been nothing.
Yeah.
They traded
Bauer.
Kluber. He's been nothing. They traded Bauer. He had the one MVP in Cy Young season in the COVID year, but then he's been a disaster since. And they traded, who am I forgetting?
Because they traded Cliff Lee.
Carrasco.
More recently, Carrasco's done nothing since they've traded him.
CC.
And next is Bieber, because Bieber's gone. They are. I'd be stunned if they don't trade him.
I
this
agree.
year.
I think he's gone by the end of the month.
Honestly, the only reason to me they might not trade him has nothing to do with where they are in the standings. It's that maybe his value is just so low at the moment that they don't wait till the offseason.
And see, I think the flip side of that, you trade him now because
It's going to get lower.
no, because yes, his value is low because of the pitching, but the demand right now in teams in the race, and I think there's more desperation at a trade deadline to find pitching than there is in the offseason.
Yeah.
And there's not, I mean, maybe the Cubs make Stroman available.
They should. They
maybe,
better.
Maybe the White Sox make Giolito available.
Maybe
Worst
the
case,
Mets make Max Scherzer available. I doubt it.
I doubt it. Worst case scenario, I think Bieber's still one of the top 3 pitchers available, and I could count probably 12 to 15 teams that are going to be looking for starting pitching.
Oh, yeah.
The demand is going to be so high at the deadline.
Problem is
you move them now.
Somebody texted me or somebody sent me a tweet and said, the Orioles have all these good young hitters.
Yeah.
Right? They need a pitcher.
Yeah.
Would they trade? Who's the kid they just called up?
Colton Cowser.
Colton Cowser. Another
He's
one.
my guy,
And
by the way.
they've called up all these kids. They called up Gunnar Henderson. They called up Cowser. They called up Adley Rutschman last year.
And the best one is still to come.
The best one is Matt Holliday's kid,
Jackson Holiday.
Jackson Holiday's the best one. He's a couple years away. They're not trading him.
No.
He got
No
kids
chance.
that old?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Is he in
Don't-
Double A? I think he's in Double A right now.
Yeah, he's 19 too. He's
don't
flying
that-
through the system.
Don't that
He's
mess
the best
you
prospect in
up?
baseball.
In baseball, yeah.
Don't that mess you up when you be like, bro, I remember watching your
Yeah.
dad when your dad was young.
I know. Yes.
And now
it
you
does
like
mess you.
12.
Right. And so, but who are the Orioles aren't giving up any of those guys for Shane Bieber. None of them.
Maybe Cowser.
I don't know.
Maybe Cowser. I bet you they give up Cowser.
I wouldn't if I would.
Pitching is going to be at such a premium.
Yeah, but you look at the rest of their division. The Yankees' pitching is not that good.
But they
if
could sign.
everybody needs pitching,
Right.
then maybe you don't need pitching. I don't know. I don't know that Shane Bieber is a difference maker at this point. Marcus Stroman is pitching way over his head, but somebody's going to overpay for him probably. I wouldn't want it to be me.
Who's Baltimore's best starter right now?
Probably Tyler Wells has been
That's
really
the guy.
good.
That's the guy I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of his name. But they certainly could use a
Yeah,
veteran at the
they
top of
don't-
the rotation.
They don't have proven entities.
I think the Guardians would prefer to send him to the National League, for sure. Carrasco they sent to the National League,
Right.
Bauer to the National League, Clevenger to the National League. They have a
Okay.
history of
Is-
sending guys to the NL.
Are the Reds making an aggressive move like that? I doubt it.
I don't know. I mean, those two teams have linked up before.
They have.
Could you get Ellie De La Cruz
Yeah, no,
for
definitely
Shane
not.
Bieber?
Definitely not.
Straight up, 1 for 1. Come on, what do you
What
say?
if you add Miles Straw to that deal?
and
just to make the salaries match.
and Josh Bell for the sweetener.
They wouldn't trade Ellie De La Cruz for anybody.
Yeah.
Otani for Cruz, straight up.
No.
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 Otani's going to be a free agent at the end of the
And
year.
they can't afford to bring him back. Yeah.
Speaking of De La Cruz, did you see what he did yesterday?
Yeah, he talked shit after the Nationals tried to complain about his bat.
No, I didn't see that. I missed that.
By the way,
I'll put it in tag board. Hold on.
in the Little League game yesterday, there was one team called the other team out for using an illegal bat. It was true. And
Do you guys have the USA Baseball and USSSA
You're supposed
illegal?
to have that. And
Yeah.
One kid didn't.
We had that a couple years ago.
Yeah. What was the question again?
Who could you trade for De La Cruz?
Oh,
And
no-
the answer is nobody. They're not trading him for
Nobody.
anybody.
They wouldn't
Yeah.
trade him for any player in baseball. Because obviously he's not the best player in baseball because he's young, but
The contract situation.
because of the contract and how good he is
Yeah.
and how good he's been so far. Oh, you were asking about the thing. So Ellie De La Cruz had this little cap on the bottom of his bat that apparently you get readings of how fast the ball is, coming off the bat, all these I don't know what it is exactly. And the Nationals thought that he was using something illegal, but it was only on the bottom of his bat, and apparently it is legal, but a lot of players aren't doing it.
I totally missed that.
And so after he hit a home run, which was a bomb to the upper deck, he is huge, by the way.
He's 6'5".
Yeah, and he's a monster.
Yeah.
If I'm the Reds they're a year ahead of schedule.
Remember last year when ownership was it last year
Yeah.
when they got destroyed
Yeah.
and the owner came out and was kind of defiant and like, well, where else are you going to go? What other team are you going to
Yeah.
root for?
Well,
was
now
that
they're all in.
Was that last year? Or was that 2 years ago?
I think it was last year.
Man, what a flip they
But
had.
I thought it would take them another year, but De La Cruz is awesome.
Here's the video, Jason.
Yeah.
Wow. I love
Did
it.
you see Carlos Santana, speaking of which?
Wow.
When he hit that walk-off for the Pirates? Do you have that video?
I'm sure I could find it.
455 feet.
The Reds black uniforms they're just awesome. Like they got crazy unis, bro.
Yeah.
They got
the Reds have been
crazy
getting
unis.
huge crowds at their games. This game's in Washington, so that's why it's not a big crowd. But
I have the Santana one. You want it?
you got to see this. Have you guys seen this?
No.
Oh, you got to look at this. Look, I wouldn't
Wow.
expect Santana to do this. So Santana hits a walk-off. Wait, here we go.
I love the old uniforms. Oh wait, those aren't even
Those aren't old uniforms.
No,
I don't know.
them is-
I think it's
No,
the
those,
old
are
colors.
those are the new City Connect.
Those are
It
cool.
says
The colors
PSG.
are like the old ones.
Yeah.
But watch this. I can't believe he did this.
Yeah.
Wait.
This is awesome.
Oh.
This
Make
is
baseball fun again. Who has an issue with that?
I agree.
I
Who
love
has an
it.
issue with
Agree.
that?
I
But
love
Carlos Santana, wasn't he always kind of a curmudgeon, like an
Hey.
old school guy?
I don't think so.
Hey, see, this is what y'all need.
I love it. I love that.
I
in
think it's
baseball.
great.
Y'all
I
better
think it's
listen.
great.
And if
I think it's awesome.
and if-
Now the Pirates had lost like 15 out of 20 before that.
Even more reason to
And if
celebrate.
you don't like it, you can go in the nursing
Oh, I
home.
love the celebrating. I love
Bat flips. I want a bat
I
flip
used
contest.
to love when I used to love when Sammy flipped the bat when he
That
hit the
black-
home run. I loved it when he did the hop and flip.
Yeah.
And if you're a pitcher and you're on the mound being salty, like somebody showed you up, shut up.
Strike him out.
Get him out.
Strike
Get
him out.
That's
Your
it.
stuff sucks.
Yeah.
What? I don't
mean,
even know what this is.
That is.
I don't know. At first, I thought he was like going to the gritty, but that ain't the gritty. I don't know what he's doing.
remix. By the way,
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the unis though.
Those are nice. I like
I'm
those
a
a lot.
fan.
Do the Guardians have the City Connect ones
No, they don't. They don't have anything.
I thought every team had them.
yet? Yeah, they haven't pulled them out yet, but I haven't seen
I-
any
what-
like
what do you-
pre-sketches of them.
What are you waiting for? You have a big G. I like G's though, obviously. But yeah, where's it? We don't got no unis.
You
like
know what's
that.
cool is
I like them.
I know we're never allowed to say anything nice about Pittsburgh,
Why not?
but
Nah, people.
but all three teams have the same colors.
I said that the other day.
That's
more,
really
more
cool.
cities should do that. More
Yeah.
cities should do that.
Although I don't want any other teams in brown and orange. Those colors
No.
are trash together. I'm
We'd
sorry.
have to switch to the Guardians colors.
Red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think the black and yellow on all the teams is really cool. That's cool.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is court name. I like that, and I like the Penguins got really dope classic uniforms. I like those too. Yeah.
Are there any Penguins in Pittsburgh, by the way? Naturally.
No.
Wonder how
It's
they
not their
became the
natural
Penguins.
habitat.
You know, penguins are indigenous in Antarctica, not the North Pole, right?
I didn't know that.
Okay.
I didn't know that I even thought they were indigenous to the North Pole.